I'm a sound engineer, music producer, and manager of artists, and I've been working in the industry for some 40 years now.
I've got multiple hats. One of them is a musician. I've been all my life as a bass player. I'm now a solo bass player in smooth jazz world with albums out in the States, and Steve mixes and masters those. I also come from a background of designing high-end amplification for bass players, and many more hats, I suppose, but they're the main ones.
A clearer image, more dynamics, which makes for a much more exciting listening experience. Many, if not all, that have heard these speakers hear far more into the detail of songs that they know very well. They've heard little parts here and there and reverbs and all sorts of things that they'd never noticed before. And I think the bottom line is that the music is being heard the way the original artist wanted it to be heard, and without any coloration, and as realistic and true to the art form as possible.
We supply with the monitors a package by Sonarworks which is called Sound ID Reference. It's a microphone and an app where you measure your room by sonar. The speakers will generate signals and it tells you what to do. There's videos on it. You actually stand in 37 positions with the microphone, and that app will take those measurements and calculate any frequencies that are reverberating around your room that shouldn't be. And there will be peaks and troughs just in any major studio. The customer can choose their own color to match their decor. We do a standard color in the red, which people love. We also do a graphite, but we've done them in white, purple even. There's a studio in Florida. So someone in the home environment, in the home theatre or home in their lounge room, they could just pick any colour they like and give us a sample of it, even on a paint sample. These are actually automotive. It's funny you mentioned cars. They're automotive colours. It's a two-pack clear finish over a base coat of automotive paint. So if someone had the paint coat of their car, they could give that to us and we'd have that painted for them. We're actually in LA doing promotion and a NAMM trade show, and there's a rehearsal room called SIR there, who they've had my bass amps in there for a long time. So we took the monitors down for a demo for them, and they happened to say, well, the Rolling Stones are rehearsing next door, and of course we said, well, do you think they'd like to try them? So they took them in. We'd left and we got a call saying they loved them. They were rehearsing for their next album, and they were using the speakers as playback to listen to what they were doing in the live rehearsal room. And they said, do you mind if we take them in the studio, which was Henson Studios, from the Muppets, Jim Henson. And they said, sure. They took them in there and fell in love with them. So it's actually the engineer, Chris Sharma, and Don Was, the producer, that were producing the Stones. And they didn't have to reference any other speaker, and they're very big on listening to strings as well, the Stones. So they were really content on listening to everything through our speakers when they were listening to what they'd recorded.
It was probably about 6 years ago, something like that. I did an album for John Lord, and I had Ian Gillan in here, and we did some overdubs for some DVDs, live DVDs and things. It was great. I had a great time. And of course been doing some 5.1 things with older Deep Purple recordings from the 70s. I did her last Australian tour with doing front of house sound for her, and also production managing her tour around Australia. So it was a lot of fun. It's been a great relationship with Vanessa. I remember Vanessa coming in here when she was 14 to do some demos for absolutely everybody, and she was still at school, and now she's a grown woman, and she's on her way. She's flying shortly, actually.
We've said enough for people to understand that this is speakers made by two legends in the sound music industry in Australia. Hopefully we'll get a great reception here. So thank you both for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.